we are now at day 2 of exposing the Quran, and I have something I need to talk to you about. Please listen, and listen very closely. Yes, pepperoni pizza be upon him.
And once more, this video is to expose Islam and to uplift the truth, which is Jesus Christ, of whom God the Father manifests in the flesh, and God the Son, so that he could die, become buried, put in the tomb, and rise on the third day so that we can have life. And here we are exposing the Quran once more. If you were to read in Ashura 26:196, which I do not recommend anybody read the Quran, but I'm going to read it for you so that you can know the truth and understand that the Quran is the lies from the pits of hell from Satan. Ashura 26:196 says, "And it has indeed been foretold in the scriptures of those before." For everybody that knows, the scriptures of those before is speaking of the Torah, and it's speaking of the Gospels. For people that don't know, the Quran came 600 years after the Holy Scriptures. So what this is telling you is that the Quran would be foretold and is foretold in the scriptures of those before, in the Torah and the Gospels. And if you are a stubborn Muslim who doesn't understand, look at the tafsir for the groups of the verses. And it goes all the way from 196 to 199. And it literally tells you the Quran was mentioned in the previous scriptures. So if that's the case, and it says the Quran was mentioned in the previous scriptures, that means I should be able to find the Quran in the Holy Bible. It looks like we have a problem, Houston. It looks like we have a problem. The Quran is not even mentioned anywhere in the Torah or in the New Testament. So if it's not written anywhere in the Torah or the New Testament, what does that mean about this verse here in the Quran? It means that it's lying to you. And if it's lying to you, that means that it's telling you a lie. And if it's telling you a lie, that means that the Quran is not something you should be wanting to follow. Because if it's telling you a lie, all this is doing is giving credence and confirmation to what the Quran says, that Allah is the great deceiver of the world. And why would you want to follow the great deceiver? Come over to the light side. Follow Jesus Christ, because he is the truth. Let's see what the previous scriptures say. If we were to look at the Holy Scriptures and start at the Torah, look at the scriptures of before as the Quran spoke of, and we looked at the book of Isaiah chapter 7 starting at verse 13, and he said, "Hear ye now, O house of David. Is it a small thing for you to weary men? But will ye weary my God also? Therefore the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel." And we all know that Emmanuel means God with us. We know that that virgin that conceived is Miriam, as the Quran speaks of, which is Mary that gave birth to Jesus Christ in the flesh. That same Jesus Christ who was spoken of in the previous scriptures, as the Quran says, in the Torah, in the book of Isaiah, that was spoken of, that is the child that was born out of the Virgin Mary, also is spoken of in the book of Revelation chapter 22. And Jesus said himself here in the book of Revelation chapter 22, starting at verse 12, "And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. That's Jesus talking here, y'all. And Jesus continues to talk and says, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. And if you look down at Revelation 22:16, Jesus continues to speak and says, I, Jesus, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David and the bright and morning star. And that same Jesus, Jesus Christ, that was spoken of in the book of Isaiah, chapter 7, and the book of Revelation, chapter 22, speaks here in the book of John, chapter 14, in the Gospels, and he speaks at the book of John, chapter 14, and verse 6. Jesus said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. So if that same Jesus that was spoken of in the Torah and in the Gospels, in the Old Testament and in the New Testament, that same Jesus tells you that he is the way, the truth, and the life, and that no man can come into the Father but by Jesus, that makes the Quran a total lie, especially if the Quran is telling you that it was mentioned and foretold in the Torah and in the Gospels, and you can't find it anywhere. So my message to you today, if you are a person that is a part of Islam, you better run away fast, and you better get out of there and follow the truth and understand that Jesus Christ is the Almighty God that was manifest in the flesh for you so that you can have life. Come over to the truth and stop playing games. Let's continue to expose Islam and uplift Jesus Christ, the truth, whom is the King of Kings and the